Hello everybody, my name is Cynthia. I share information that will help your transition abroad to be as smooth as possible. I talk about settling, working, studying in the UK, US, Canada. If any of these countries interest you, please subscribe to my channel, hit on the notification bell so that each time I drop a video, you know it's time to watch Cynthia Academy. I don't hoard information here. I always share information so that you can move to the next level. And to my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your love and support. We are almost reaching 1,000 subscribers and I feel so excited about it. But today, I know I just dropped the bombshell about the restrictions that the UK government is going to implement from spring 2024. I bear bad news again. This is about Canada. Now, Canada has announced some restrictions to international students. Now, I'm going to be reading here so that I get the accurate information and I relate it to you so that you understand the scope of what is going to happen and the depth of what is going to happen. Now, this was published on 7th of December 2023, Ottawa. It says the Honorable Macmillan, Minister of Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship, announced today that starting January 1st, 2024, the cost of living financial requirement for study permit applicants will be raised so that international students are financially prepared for life in Canada. So let's just go further and read what is happening here. It says the cost of living requirement for study permit applicants has not changed since the early 2000s when it was set at $10,000, that's Canadian dollars, for a single applicant. As such, the financial requirement has kept up with the cost of living over time, resulting in students arriving in Canada only to learn that their funds aren't adequate. For 2024, a single applicant will need to show they have $20,635, that's Canadian dollars, representing 75% of low income cutoff, that's LICO, in addition to their first year of tuition and travel costs. Okay, so it's not just that amount. You have to also have your tuition fee and travel costs as proof of fund. Now it says this change will apply to new study permit applications received on or after January 1st, 2024. Wow, this is very serious. He went further to say, ahead of the September 2024 semester, we are prepared to take necessary measures, including limiting visas, to ensure that designated learning institutions provide adequate and sufficient student supports as part of the academic experience. In order to achieve this result, it is imperative to work together with provincial and territorial governments, learning institutions, and other education stakeholders so we can ensure international students are set up for success in Canada. So it means they're going to reduce the number of students that are coming into Canada. Those student visas, there might be some rejections. So everybody prepare. That's what I understood from this. Next, Minister Miller also provided an update on 3 temporary policies affecting international students that were all set to expire at the end of 2023, including the following. So let's just read about this. It says the waiver on the 20-hour per week limit on the number of hours international students are allowed to work off campus while class is in session will be extended to April 30th, 2024. International students already in Canada, as well as applicants who have already submitted an application for a study permit as of December 7th, 2023, will be able to work off campus more than 20 hours per week until that time. We continue to examine options for this policy in the future, such as expanding off-campus work hours for international students to 30 hours per week while class is in session. 30 hours a week is a very new concept, In the UK, it's 20 hours a week. In America, it's 20 hours a week. I don't know what it is in other developed countries, but this is the first time I'm seeing of working more than 20 hours a week. I have not explored the immigration system of other countries, and I hope to do so in future. Now, the next bullet point says the facilitative measures that has allowed international students to count time spent studying online towards the length of a future post-graduation work permit, as long as it constitutes less than 50% of the program of study, will continue to be in place for students who begin a study program before September 1st, 2024. This measure will no longer apply to students who begin a study program on or after that date. Okay, distant learning facilitation measures were first implemented in 2020 in response to travel restrictions during the pandemic and were reduced in scope in September 2022. At this point, the vast majority of international students are studying in person in Canada. So this is for those people that have like distance learning. It's saying that the time you spent studying online would be added towards the length of your future post-graduation work permit, and as long as it constitutes less than 50% of the time on the program of study. So the last point he gave here is, in response to labor market disruptions during the pandemic and post-pandemic recovery, a temporary policy was introduced on 3 occasions to provide an additional 18-month work permit to post-graduation work permit holders as their initial work permit was expiring. Now it says foreign nationals with a post-graduation work permit expiring up to December 31st, 2023 remain eligible to apply. However, this temporary policy will not be extended further. This is sad. This is so sad. Things are changing. That's one thing about migration. If you want to travel, it's always good not to delay it and defy it and keep deferring it. If you want to travel, just plan yourself accordingly and take off, move. Don't say, oh, maybe the same opportunity will be there next year. Things always change, because if the country analyzes the number of people who have come into the country and they feel that the number is too much, they always put restrictions to limit the number that will come in the next year. Policies always change. And I heard that there's a big news coming from Australia. Who knows what they're going to announce next week? So this is me saying, take care of yourself and plan accordingly. It also says international education accounts for more than $22 billion, that's Canadian dollars, in economic activity annually, greater than Canada's exports of auto parts, lumber, or aircraft, and supports more than 200,000 jobs in Canada. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and see my next video. Bye-bye.